I'm really excited to be here. I knew I couldn't come to IIeX without working a bit, so very happy to slot in. So I'm Marie Wolff. I lead research innovation globally for Unilever Consumer and Market Insights. So that's all new methodologies, companies, technology that we've been bringing into the business. As of a month ago, I also lead North America's People Data Center, which includes our consumer engagement centers, our advanced social and business analytics, and our CRM, because CRM is powered by people data. So I'm very excited to be here talking about something that I'm personally very passionate about. Stan, VJ, and I have actually been on the journey of how do we drive augmented intelligence into our insights business for 5 years now. So it's not just a buzzword, it's actually our everyday. But the one thing is when you hear artificial intelligence, you usually think about this. Hollywood has not done us any favors because for many people, artificial intelligence is something to be feared or to be overinflated with expectations. So what do we do with this? I'd like to propose a new concept of artificial intelligence, which is around augmented intelligence. This is the idea of AI as an assistive role in our insights industry, a way to make us more powerful, more insightful, and to accelerate our transformational change. And here's the reality. It's up to us. We either can drive this change or we can be changed. So just to give you a parallel, this is a great parallel. So for phone books back in the day, you would have these very data-heavy, very expensive, very slow phone books. They were expensive to create. It was a lot of people and a big job. Then, of course, we came into the internet era where you were able to seek out and search for that business name, for that phone number, and have it at your fingertips, but you still need to know what you're searching for. And we've come into the AI age, which is not only do you not have to lift a finger to be able to find that information, you are also often able to immediately convert into impact. So you want to know where the Domino's is, you can go all the way to purchase through voice without having to lift a single finger. So this is the old pyramid of our industry. A lot of effort spent down in data cleaning, hoping to convert that to knowledge and into insights. But getting to action and transformation at the top was more difficult. This is what augmented intelligence unlocks for our industry. The ability for our industry to be about action and impact instead of tons and tons of resource in the bottom of the pyramid. And that's because we've entered an age of abundance. A lot of people are drowning in data. We finally have things in place like data lakes. We're finally looking at, to the previous presenters, figuring out our data strategies for first, second, and third-party data. But then being able to process and being able, as humans within our teams, be able to create action and impact out of that is limited unless we embrace the concept of augmented intelligence. As an industry, we're really great down here with going to insights and knowledge, but this is really where we have to get to be able to thrive in the future, to be able to survive as an industry. We can't just be about how we convert data into knowledge and even just stopping at insights. So what prevents us is actually not the normal cast of characters, the normal excuses people use, which is, oh, I don't have the money for it. Because what we found is that using artificial intelligence for augmented intelligence is actually a huge cost unlock, as well as it's a huge time unlock. So the normal excuses people use, I don't have the money and I don't have the time, don't actually really hold weight here. So really what prevents us? And I really think what really prevents us from embracing this is that we just don't quite know how to get there. Is artificial intelligence a friend or an enemy? I would propose it's a bit of a frenemy. If you embrace it, it can be a huge unlock to be a friend. If you ignore it, it's going to be an enemy to you. So I know one thing is, in a few years from now, I don't want to be sitting here and asking, I wonder what happened, I wondered how it happened, and I wonder who made it happen. It's gotta be us. And so as Unilever and Consumer Market Insights, this is something that we've already embraced. So AI is not a buzzword. It's not something that is just thrown around. We've been on this journey for a number of years. In fact, in Insights at Unilever last year, we used advanced artificial intelligence over 21,000 times across over 475 projects. It is something that drives our organization and helps future-proof us to be ready and to be able to achieve this vision, which is Stan's vision that he laid out, which is to provoke and inspire to drive transformational action, and to do this to half the time, half the cost, and double the impact. And really to get to that double the impact, it's really critical to embrace the changes that are going on and to embrace the potential of artificial intelligence to augment our insights teams. So this is our philosophy on augmented intelligence. It's augmented efficiency plus augmented effectiveness. So when you have augmented efficiency, you can breeze through that bottom of that pyramid, and then the augmented effectiveness is preparing our teams, our talent, for the future of really being able to, once they have all that grunt work, once they have all those issues removed from their plate, to be able to unlock that action and transformational change. So a few examples of augmented efficiency. This is something we say all the time, which is, I have answers, what is your question? So we have I think we're up to 38, they're opening new ones every week, 38 people data centers around the world, and we are driving through their data and insights and analytics at your fingertips to be able to respond live in the market. So an example of this, of how this might flow. So Machine Vantage is a very brilliant neuroscientist that we partnered with him, who also knows a lot of very brilliant AI programmers. We co-built this company with him out of Berkeley, and we were their initial investor. It is a deep learning capability that's able to ingest millions of data points, everything from non-conscious influencers to what your own brand key and strategies are, to other elements of millennial mindsets and trends, all pulled from millions of data points from pop culture. It's able to ingest that and then feed back out to us lots of different components, including themes, behaviors, influencers, and then across our people data center, we have advanced analytics tools and capabilities to where we can then help act on those instantly. So for themes, we're able to then immediately go in and understand those further and activate against them. Influencers, we're able to reach out immediately, as well as being able to do advanced audience and segment targeting. So a live example of this is Lipton and matcha. So with matcha, we started to see rising in our auto-identification and tipping point AI that matcha was rising out of LA, which is one of the largest Japanese populations outside of Japan. And we started to see it get a sudden momentum to the trend. And so through our people data centers and through our AI tools, we were able to digest 3 million different data points. And then we were able to work with influencers to then post a video around mindset moments that immediately got 6.8 million views. And within 7 months of identifying the trend, we had a Lipton product on shelf. In 4 months since launching this, we were able to double the entire matcha segment in the US. Then a second thing around augmented efficiency is the idea of I want the answers. So we say, find it yourself. So AnswerRocket is an AI startup that we partnered with that is able to ingest many different data sources. You're able to interact with it in a natural language processing way, similar to a Google search. So what we're able to do is what took 31 clicks in 3 different web portals, we're able to do instantly. You can be sitting in a meeting with your marketers and say, how is Dove doing around the world? It instantly pulls up the data from multiple data sources, visualizes it, you have your answer, and you're on your way. This unlocks a massive amount of grunt work and time that used to be spent with just manual polls. So now our data analysts can focus on how do we grow the business, how do we change the world, and how do we have impact instead of how do I manage all of these manual data polls. People World is our repository for knowledge across all of our business globally. So all of our reports sit here. It used to be quite a manual task to look up on a topic. But now layering very simple artificial intelligence on top of this, we're able to summarize findings in a way that you can have them at your fingertips. So for example, what do we know about millennials? There is 273 reports on millennials, but now in one click you can say, get my summary report. It auto-generates a report on the key findings for millennials that we have within the size of Unilever to be able to carry forward and action those. No longer are we saying, I wish Unilever knew what Unilever knows, because we've layered AI on top of that to augment the intelligence and the efficiency of our own people. And another thing as well, too, on augmented efficiency is you oftentimes hear this excuse from marketers. I want to be people-centric, but I don't have time. And this is one thing that we partnered with Discuss.io now for 4 years. So when we first met Zach, he was one country, one language out in California. Within 1 year, we partnered together with him to grow him to 39 countries and 32 languages together with Unilever. Discuss.io is layering on more advanced technology for things like auto-scheduling with our marketers to make sure that they're constantly in touch with our consumers, and other technology to be able to mine the videos once the connects are conducted, so that we're able to continue to have this cycle of learning and cycle engagement in an efficient way for our teams. This is another one I love. So CEC, Consumer Engagement Centers, are part of Insights. They are the front line for consumers. We have something like 15 million engagements, and 70% of those are actually questions and suggestions, not complaints. What we've done is we actually had a contractor on our consumer engagement centers in London who founded a business around using AI and the demand economy to help empower consumer engagement centers. So we've co-built with them a business that leverages the networks of advocates and is managed by AI to make it seamless for consumer inquiries, and to really empower as well our agents to have that positive experience with our consumers and feed all that data back into our people data centers so we can leverage that for live insights as well. Now, on augmented effectiveness, one of the key things too, so when you get rid of all this data cleaning, when you get rid of a lot of the manual work, oh, I see Zach now. When you get rid of all the manual work, you then have people who need to know how to get to that impact and to those actions. So we have a few programs to really prepare our talent workforce for the future, really focusing on the digitized future, but also how to focus on actions and not what is my survey questionnaire. So one thing we have is something that's called Upping Your Elvis, which is a global program to reignite curiosity and creativity in the business place among our insights professionals. And this is really about, once you are unlocking that base of the pyramid, how are you able to bring what is unique to humans, which is human ingenuity and creativity, to be able to drive our business forward. We also have an extensive program called CMI Gym, which is working our muscles for the future. The titles of the different key capabilities are not how to do a discussion guide. They are around how do you become friends with machines, how do you be more human. It is very common for our insights professionals to have coding lunches. In fact, I'm missing one today for those that are curious learning to code across the entire organization. We've also trained every single person in Insights globally on the fundamentals of artificial intelligence. They can explain to you the differences between NLP, computer vision. They can tell you the difference between machine learning versus deep learning. But most importantly, they know how to go off and action all of the new tools available to them to be able to augment their efficiency so that they can then augment their effectiveness with upscaling for the future organization. And it doesn't just stop internally. We were the first in the industry 4 years ago to launch the Partner Recognition Program, which gives individual bonuses to agency partners who have gone above and beyond and are really living the future with us. This is something I personally love because I get to read all the nominations. We have amazing talent in this industry, and when you have programs like this that can really unlock those that are hungry to drive the industry forward, that is just really something that is together that we can build. So I would say, in conclusion then, that I believe in us as an industry. So I hope that you'll join us on this journey for augmented intelligence, because We are at a monumental time and time of change where we can either change or be changed. And I don't know about you, but I want to lead that change. Thank you.
We actually have a few minutes to do Q&A.
Oh, no.
Yes, let's put Marie on the spot. Does anyone have questions for Marie? Questions? I see a hand way in the back.
Oh, here's a microphone.
You want to stand up? Sorry. Yeah.
Here's a microphone. Oh, great. Thank you. I'm curious what you've done within your organization outside of the Insights team to bring your business partners along on this journey, and how much are they using these tools and techniques as well, or are the Insights people really leading that?
Yes, so we are very fortunate to have an amazing CMO, Keith Weed, who actually cheers us along the whole time and often is advocating our solutions both internally and externally. So it is one of these, when Stan set the vision of half the time, half the cost, double the impact, that this was one of the key unlocks. So we are from the top, they're often championing our tools and our changes and are really loving it because we're showing them not just here's what we're doing, but here's the why of why it impacts your business, and here's how it's been able to really impact your business. We do have, have gotten very good at scaling solutions globally. So about 4 years in this research innovation journey, we've screened over 2,000 companies, we've piloted over 250, and we've scaled up globally over 200. We do have a lot of internal tools and technology built too, so that everyone within the organization can have all the methods and technologies and tools at their fingertips. And we also use AI on that for an advanced recommendation engine to help match people with the right tool at the right time versus falling to habit of this is the old way we used to do it. And then I would just say with the modern time, with all the pressure of the market to be able to do things in half the cost, half the time, it's made people have to embrace these. And I would say people have with open arms in the organization.
We're out of time, but thank you so much, Marie, for coming in today. Yeah.